Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you are a regular here. This is the continuation of the Idaho 4 series of readings, and today I'm looking at the energies and the intentions of... Did any land on the floor? This is the one that got away. Let me just see. Why did I carry on shaking it after I took the lid off? How stupid. So this one, I'm looking at the energies and the intentions of drum roll. Oh, okay. How interesting. How interesting. The last reading was on Ethan, and this time I've been given Xana. Out of all those people, how interesting. She's next. So, and I don't know how many readings I've done on her. I know I've done at least one. So she's definitely due another one. I just want to double check there's none. If there's any on the floor, I'll get them later, but we're doing Xana. So let's get going. I'm going to start with the Revelation Oracle deck for Xana. Hope everyone's well. Sorry, just adjust because I'm not in the middle. Yeah, how is everyone? Let me know in the comments. We suffered some storms here in the UK today. I don't know if it was just where I am, because I'm in the south part of the country, southeast, near London. But there was some really heavy rainstorms. Nothing compared to what you guys would deal with in the States. But on top of that, I also ended up having a plumbing issue, a leak in my kitchen, which was unrelated to the storm, but just thought I'd let you know. I've had a very watery day. Let's see. Xana. Oh, there's another one here. I'm just going to pop that back in the jar. Just spotted him. There you go. Also, someone left a comment asking me to do a reading on someone called Logan. Does anyone know who Logan is and what their full name is? Is Logan their first name, their surname? I need a name, because I will put them in that jar as well. And also, and I'm sure I've asked this before, Pete, Ethan's friend, the one that sang Country Roads, does anyone know his surname? Because I want to put him in the jar and he's not in there yet. I need your help, guys. So let's see if we can get Xana to come through. She's a little bit more... She's quiet. She's on the quieter side. Or she has been, compared to the others. So, ooh, okay. We're starting off strong, guys. So the first card is Surveillance. And the second card is Wounded. So first of all, there's definitely a feeling here that she, not just her, but they were being watched. And I know I've picked up on this before. I can't figure out how they're being watched, because as far as I'm aware, there's no cameras in or around that house. I mean, but then again, you know, there doesn't have to be cameras. It could just be someone literally using a viewing device to watch the house from a distance. Wounded is interesting. She clearly was wounded, but is this about her being wounded before being fatally wounded? Because that is definitely what happened to Ethan. He was wounded, tortured, not just wounded, he was tortured. So did something similar happen to Xana? Because at one point they were separate, they weren't together. Things were going on with Ethan. I haven't quite established what was going on with Xana at that time, where she was, who she was with, and maybe that's what this is about. So let's carry on. I'm going to carry on with the What's the Vibe deck. Specifically looking at a head wound on that bear as well. It's a head wound. But he's got his paw, he's got his paw up to his right side, like the side of his head here, but he's also touching his left foot. So this could be an indication of injuries that Xana had to do with this side of her head around this place, which would be around the temple area, but also something to do with her left foot. I haven't seen the autopsy reports, guys. I know that there's been new information, new docs released regarding the autopsies, and there's a lot of controversy about them. I don't know exactly what. I've just heard snippets. I've tried to have YouTube on, today in between private readings and things like that, and I haven't managed to sit down and listen properly, so let's keep going. So we've got this is Xana, and this next card is family, blood ties, inner circle. So something connecting, which makes sense. Some connection to her family, most likely her mum. And the next card is drowning. Over your head, overextended, rock bottom. So I'm also getting not Xana being drowned, but I am getting things like some sort of version of waterboarding happening with her. It's like this is how it began. It's almost like this is how it began. What was something turned dark very quickly. Like I'm getting images of being at a party or being in amongst people playing drinking games. Something's escalating, something where 1 minute she's laughing and the next minute she's choking. It's weird. The next deck is the... Can never remember the name of this deck. Sorry, guys. Power of Self-Direction. Something happened to her eyes because I feel like my eyes are blurring. It feels like my eyes are stinging, like something's poured into her eyes that is acidic or here we go, here we go. So the next card is Sleep Mentality, maintaining balance and a resilient mind. Just look at the image. So same thing that I've said before about her and Ethan. They were both rugged. They weren't forcibly rugged. They took something they believed, you know, they willingly took something they didn't know what it was they were taking. Then this says Spotlight, self-actualization, don't strive for perfectionism, reject imposter syndrome. Why does George go to the toilet at the same time every night when I'm doing a reading? He did this during Ethan's reading. As you can tell, I live in a small house. There's no getting away from it, unfortunately. I'm trying to work out this Spotlight, self-actualization. Can you hear that? It's just not funny. Just wow. Sound like a racehorse having a pee. Good God, George, you've got enough floods going on today, thank you. Xana, help me out. What does this Spotlight self-actualization mean? Don't strive for perfectionism, reject imposter syndrome. I'm going to have to wait for the clarifiers. She's not coming through to me yet. The next deck is the Secrets Revealed True Crime Oracle. In fact, I want the other half, sorry. Let's try this one instead. Okay. So we've got cult or group think. And we have party or social gathering. This is like pack mentality. The what I'm getting, and I don't know if this was pre-planned. It's weird because it's like where Ethan, as far as I can tell, when this happened, Ethan wasn't there. But as far as Xana was aware, and she was already quite far gone, he just popped out. You know, it's like he'd gone to the bathroom or he'd gone out. I don't know. It's like she was expecting him back any minute. And in that time, there's drinking games going on, something where it's just suddenly turned dark, where I just sense her. I don't know what it is. I'm seeing shots. I'm seeing like a shot glass, but she's holding it between her teeth. There's no hands, like hands behind the back and holding a shot glass and like having to, it's like holding it between your teeth and trying to down it, because what automatically happens is it will go up your nose kind of thing. So that happens and she's choking, and the next thing I see is someone grabbing the back of her head and tipping more, like it's weird, and she's choking. But I don't know if it's planned, pre-planned, or whether it just happens and everything just turns. It's weird. It's like a shift in energy. And then this last deck is the Echoes of the Soul Oracle. Wow, she's saying she doesn't remember what happened after that. But she ended up with Ethan. So how can you not remember? She's like out of it. She was out of it. It's a blessing that she didn't remember, in all honesty. Okay, so there's a lot of words on these cards, but I'm going to select what I need. So we have the Reckoner. Key themes: accountability, truth, self-reflection, personal responsibility, integrity, empowerment through honesty. And it says, integrity is not given, it is earned through the courage to face yourself honestly. The Reckoner calls on you to stand firmly in your truth, even when it feels uncomfortable or daunting. She's being, there's something here about her, someone demanding the truth from her. Do you want me to stop? Tell the fucking truth. It's like something like that. Then tell us the truth. Something that they believe she knew, and I don't know what it's about. And then this card is soaring perspective. Key themes: freedom, clarity, vision, higher awareness, detachment, understanding. Message: lift yourself above the chaos and distractions that cloud your path. From this soaring perspective, the noise fades and the bigger picture becomes clear. It's interesting because there's always been a missing piece as far as Xana's concerned, because whenever I've had the visions, it's always I've seen Kaylee, I've seen Ethan, I've seen Maddie, but I've never found out what actually happened to Xana, because she's like the missing piece. Where was she? What happened? And the problem is, if she blacked out or she has no memory before her passing, she's not going to be able to tell me. She's asking me the answer to that question as well. And there may not have been any witnesses that I've dealt with yet, like Kaylee, Maddie, Ethan, that were with her at the time. That's the problem. I need to do a reading for the people that were with her when she passed. Which has just made me realise a couple more names I need to put in that jar. Something here about being up high. I don't know if this is just signifying her being high, as in rugged. Because I am getting like almost that out of body experience where she's looking down at herself. I am getting that, but I don't know if that's because she passed or because she was out of her mind, literally. Okay, so let's do the 108 deck as well. And then I'll pull some tarot. I just wish I had a better connection with her. Okay. So the card I have is childhood, and it says innocence, playful, growing, friendship, lightness of being, foundations, need of others, revisit the past, loving life, no worries, inexperienced, growth, new beginnings. This is almost where she is now, or the energy I'm picking up for her now. It's like she's experiencing things that she didn't have fully in life. It's like she shouldn't have an innocent childhood, is what I'm getting. And don't forget, I picked up from Ethan in the last reading that there's something about her neglect and abuse, which she may not want to give me in this reading. So, because I don't know how relevant it is. Hot air balloon is the next card. Balance, uplifting, freedom, going with the flow. Rise above, don't resist, new perspective, untouchable, defying gravity, continuous flow, ascension view, elevate, feeling good. Something here about rugs again, specifically balloons, and I don't know if they were doing balloons, but there's something here. But whatever it was, it is exactly made her feel great. She was as high as a kite. Okay, so let's do the tarot. Surveillance. So who was watching? But that could also be the whole thing about everyone watching it on a live stream. It could be that, but I feel like it's more than that. I feel like there's something here about a build up, a lead up, being watched for some time before this happened. Clarified by strength reversed, the Seven of Cups reversed. There's a Leo. Who's Leo? I don't know, but I'm picking up a Leo being the person who's responsible for the surveillance. She had times when she literally said, "Is it just me? I feel like I'm being watched." When she was in that house, she never did anything about it. She just said it was a weird feeling. Like every now and again, I'd just be like convinced that she's being watched. Oh. I know how they were being watched. So there were devices in that house, you know, laptops, tablets, and those devices had cameras on them, and they were left set up because they were used by Kaylee. For sure, Kaylee. I don't know if Maddie also used them, but they were continuously set up and left open, and those cameras were accessed and sabotaged and used to that was partly how they were being watched. That was one of the ways. Who knows, maybe there were secret cameras in the house as well. I don't know. If there were, we'll never know about it. The Seven of Cups reversed. What's that got to do with Seven of Cups? Secret vault is what I've just been told. And that's different to the underground tunnels. I'm being given a secret vault, like a secret... Yeah, secret safe or secret vault. But I don't understand why I'm being told. Why are you giving me that, Xana? Something to do with the cameras. Something to do with the surveillance. I don't know. This is heavy. This reading is heavy. So wounded is clarified by the Nine of Cups reversed. There it is again, the Four of Swords. So wounded. I feel so emotional all of a sudden. So what she's giving me is that even though she has difficulty remembering after a certain point what happened, what she does remember is being shown parts of Ethan's torture, but like not in person, like over maybe she was shown that's the live stream as well, but she said it's very much like flashes. She's not seeing, she hasn't got a vivid memory of the whole thing. It's just every now and again she'll get a flash of it. And there's someone who, the person who's showing this to her or forcing her to look at it, is the only way she can describe it is this person is just smug and they're female. Do you know who it is, Xana? And then the Four of Swords is the four victims. It's so interesting because it's almost as if none of them knew what had happened to the others. They all went through their own individual trauma. Like Ethan was passing and didn't know what had happened to Xana. Xana was, inebriated and didn't know exactly what she's had flashes of what happened to Ethan, but she didn't know he passed. Then you've got Kaylee, who didn't know what had happened to Ethan. Well, actually, sorry, she saw Ethan, but she didn't know. She didn't compute or comprehend that he'd passed away. I think she just thought he was over the limit or he'd overdone it. And she had no idea what happened to Xana. She didn't even see her. And then there's Maddie. Maddie's the only one that knows what happened to Kaylee. I don't know if she understood what happened to Ethan because she would have seen Ethan as well, but she probably didn't know about Xana. So this is the interesting thing, is that none of them knew. Maddie's the only one, and I've always said Maddie holds the key to all the information, but I can't connect with her. And I am going to honestly make a really strong concerted effort to try and get through to her. Because she doesn't need me. That's why I can't connect to her. She's got all the answers. She doesn't need me. So the blood inner circle is clarified by the Knight of Cups and the Devil. So whoever this is pointing towards is probably a water sign. So this is either their sun sign or their rising sign is either Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So again, I don't know I cannot remember what sign her excuse me, what sign her mum is, or her sister, or her father. So I'm going to have to look into that. But the devil is about addiction. So I'm definitely getting vibes of her mum. Because there's a lot of, there's toxicity that comes from dependency, you know, like acting out of character because of dependency, either alcohol or rugs dependency, the toxic energy that comes from that Xana had to bear, that had to deal with growing up. But this blood, why are you showing me that though, Xana? What is it about the blood ties? What's it got to do with why you passed? Three of Wands. Someone, and I'm presuming it's her mum, was planning on doing a runner. And I don't know what this is to do with, whether it's to do with not paying for certain substances, because I know obviously Xana's mum was arrested not long before the unalivings. There's talk that she took a deal which would have essentially have outed her dealers, but there's something here about her planning on doing a runner without paying, and that's got something to do with it. So this sleep mentality card, which is about the rugs or being rugged, clarified by the Five of Pentacles reversed. Being, this is the lesson. This is a lesson too. The reason this happened is because it was a lesson. It says karmic lesson, but it's not a karmic lesson. It's a lesson, the ultimate lesson to teach her parents. This is what happens when you betray us. I just don't understand the connection between that and the kids, because all I've seen so far is the kids that are doing this. The kids, I mean, there is more I need to see. Like I said, I've seen connections with Ethan when he was captured and there was an adult in that vision, but so far all I've seen with Xana is her being amongst her peers. So we've also got the Two of Pentacles. She'd lost her ability to make rational decisions, because by the time it got to the time that she was offered this particular rug, she'd already had a skinful of alcohol. She'd already taken other substances. So someone offers her something else. She's not thinking logically. She's not thinking, oh, what is that? I don't know. She's like, yeah, just give it to me. But, you know, that was all planned. Spotlight self-actualization is one I couldn't understand. Let's see if I can get some clarity on this. Page of Wands. And the Empress reversed. She was, whether she was aware of it at the time, she was told why this was happening to her. The bigger player, whoever this is, and I haven't connected with that energy yet. They told her, you want to know why this is happening to you? Because she was asking, why are you doing this? And they told her, they said, you want to know why we're doing this? And they told it was because of her mother. Over your head. This is a drowning card clarified by the Knight of Swords reversed. Xana, as far as I'm aware, is Cancer sun sign. But someone, whoever this was that I said, feels like that they were waterboarding her, something similar. Was this person had gone from being someone that I feel like she knew them. I don't know. Maybe if she did know them, she didn't know them well. Someone that was just having a great time and laughing and joking and drinking and, you know, in a party mood, to someone who was, it's like in a split second, they became someone who is highly unpredictable and ruthless. These are kids. Who are these people? It's like they're possessed. It's the weirdest thing. So this cult or groupthink, which made me think, is this like pack mentality? When one goes, they all go. It's like similar kind of thing. Clarified by the world. And the Knight of Wands in reverse. So the world is like the community, the group of people. It's like not just one person, it's everyone there. And I don't know, I mean, the way I'm seeing it is that there was, you know, we're not talking about a huge place with hundreds of people or anything like that. I think there's probably, once things turn dark, we're talking about Xana and maybe 3 or 4 people. Because I think she was isolated somehow, taken out of the public surroundings she was in. I don't know where she was isolated or where she was taken. She's not showing me because she doesn't remember or she's not aware of it. But this didn't happen in full public view of the people at the party, put it that way. And the Knight of Wands in reverse is, whoever this person is, they're angry. They're angry and they have a reason to do this to Xana. And as I said, I keep hearing the word, all you got to do is tell us the truth, Xana. It's not hard, just tell us the truth. You know? Lack of long-term vision. Sorry, this 7 of Pentacles reversed. And this is about the party social gathering, coming in with the 7 of Pentacles reversed. And Justice. There's that card about the truth again. It's like, let's play. It's almost like that game, which is really immature. I'm sure they didn't play this, but it's almost as if that's where it started, like truth or dare, you know, have a drink or tell the truth, or do a dare or tell the truth. But those questions became more and more confronting. It's so weird. The Reckoner, clarified by the Fool reversed. there's a point in time while she was lucid when she felt the shift, where she felt this, something's wrong. But I'm glad and I'm happy to say she wasn't aware of that feeling for too long, whereas Ethan was. The only thing was she hesitated. She should have acted on that feeling in that moment, but she didn't. And she's kicking herself for that, because she feels like she could have done something. It's so sad that they're both so hard on themselves for not having done something for the other one. They're both in exactly the same feeling. It's like Ethan wishes he'd been able to help Xana, and Xana wishes that she had been able to help Ethan. The Hermit reversed. Yeah, she was isolated. She was, I don't know where she was taken. She wasn't taken anywhere far away. It's like the same building, somewhere like the toilet even, or, you know, it was nothing unusual. But everyone at that party would have been high or drinking, or, you know, so no one was really paying much attention to what was happening to other people in that sense. Like, where's Xana? Where did she go? No one would have noticed, if that makes sense. So sad. Soaring perspective is clarified by the High Priestess reversed. And the Knight of Pentacles reversed. So, tell us the truth situation is about her having not kept a secret. Something to do with Xana letting something out previously. She told someone about something that was meant to have been told to her in confidence, and that seems to be what this is about. I don't know what it is though. Something she wouldn't have probably thought too much of, you know. I don't know why it was such a so important. Self-discipline. So sorry, it's also coming in with the Knight of Pentacles reversed. So such dark energy. I'm going to call it a day on that. It's heavy reading. I mean, none of them are nice, but some of them are heavier and darker than others. And there's reasons why some of them just don't. I mean, it's clear why Maddie doesn't want to come to me. But then the ones that do need answers, like Xana, it's a bit of a hit and miss connection I have with her. Partly because she doesn't want to relive it. Secondly, it's really tough because there's just so much stuff they have to face here. You know, for example, if her mum or if Ethan's mum or any of their families who they You know, when we get down to basics, these are the people they care about and they love, and they have strong feelings for, they have strong, deep connections with. If any of those people are in any way responsible, they've got to deal with that, and they've got to find a way through that. I cannot imagine how hard that is. And it probably makes it harder because those people aren't, until they admit it, until they come out and say, well, they don't have to come out public, but until they, at least in private, say, like if Xana's mum said, I'm, you know, in private, in her mind, said a prayer to Xana and said, Xana, I'm so sorry, this was my fault, or I'm partly responsible, please, you know, but until they do that, they can't get closure themselves. Anyway, guys, thank you. And please don't forget, if you haven't done so already, a lot of you have, and I just want to say thank you so much, all of you that have already done it, and I'm so grateful. But if you haven't, could you please pop over to this channel here, because it's my other channel, my second channel. Go and subscribe and hit all the notifications so that you get your Zodiac readings every month. I'd love that channel to take off in the same way this one has, but I'm going to leave you now. Thank you for your love, your support, your encouragement and your engagement. That I return to you tenfold. I'll see you next time. Enjoy the journey.